What the hell?
See all those turds flying in the air?
Hazard.
Okay, so we're going to do some very basic things on the truck, on the big V10, and since it is a truck, I've gotten myself the appropriate sort of box opener, and that is a K-bar. You know, if you're going to be driving a big V10 truck, you may as well have a K-bar. There we go. And that was a complete overkill to open a little box. You know what? I guess that's what truck people do. What I've got in here is I have a new set of spark plugs, an air filter, and alright, I'm gonna try this out. This thing is leaking power steering fluid everywhere, and let me show you what's going on. See these big puddles down here? This is power steering fluid, and it's leaking right off of the actual steering box. You know, it's right, I'll show you. Right over here is where the big drips come, and then it gets on this sort of sway bar, goes all the way there and drops down there as well. Now that's the seal that's bust. So it's not the pump. And I'm going to try a little bit of that stop leak stuff, and hopefully it just fixes it. I'm not a big fan of stop leaks of any kind, because usually they just do more damage than good. But the difference is that this needs to come out anyway, which will be a big job, and so I may as well try it. The worst thing that can happen is the power steering pump and the steering box, which needs to come out anyway to be refurbished, get gunked up. So let's give it a try. So first thing I'm going to do is completely clean this, and then we can start to get to work, replacing all the filters and all the fluids and trying out that stop leaks and various other things. I love the amount of space on this side of the engine to work. Let us replace that. Not loving so much down here, but it's fine. If you take the air filter thing out of the way, you actually have almost just about the same amount of space. It's great. I'm going to remove this crap that someone stuck on here to look fancy, because it does nothing. It's not shielding any heat or doing anything at all. It's just plastic, and there's a lot of it, so that'll clean things up a little bit, give it a nice deep clean. And I can't wait to see. Really can't wait to see what it looks like when it's done. So get your before, because we're going to have an after. See, I'm actually going to have to use a step ladder in order to get up here and do the cleaning, because yeah, this is a tall car. I guess what I'm going to do to start is I'm going to remove that red crap quickly, and then after I've removed that, we'll give it a bit of a degrease and go from there. This is melted on top of the alternator here. It's just not a good idea to have this stuff on your car. It doesn't look great. I understand if you've got wires going everywhere. I've done that before on my 78 Trans Am, where the wiring was all, you know, the loom was all a mess, so I used it to cover up the messy wires. But these are your air conditioning you know, sort of lines, and they do get very cold and very hot and whatever. And you don't need to be messing with them, just leave them the way they are. Looks like it's probably been repaired in the past, so maybe they try to cover that up, but either way it looks crap. And it's all over this stuff down here too. And this looks like the heater hose. Could be wrong, but I just don't get it. There's no point. It certainly doesn't improve the appearance of the vehicle. In fact, it's so sloppily done with those black cable ties. I mean, yeah. I'll be honest, painting everything up in these red accents as well just doesn't do it for me. I get the idea, but it doesn't look very nice, and see, it starts to peel. Kind of wish he just left it original, but we'll make do with what we have. I'm gonna have to retouch that up. I'll probably once the cleaning's done, I'll think about taking that plate off and painting it black. The red 8-litre V10 on the top. Maybe I can, because it is aluminium, maybe I can file it down and make it silver. Probably look much better. And that, it's just come off, so. Anyway, back to the cleaning. See, I want to point out just how dumb it is to put this stuff on. Okay, now this is a power steering, power steering cable. You know, it's either the high pressure or a low pressure, I don't know which one, but it's coming out of the pump. And it goes all the way down there near to the exhaust manifold. And this plastic sheath, let me just pull it out here, has melted. You can see it's melted. And that's not what you want, because if this stuff melts, it can just cause issues. It can actually damage the line that's underneath it. It could fall down into, you know, drip down into some kind of anything. It's just not a good idea. It's dumb. So don't, if you're going to use this crap, don't put it near to your exhaust manifold anyway. Just don't use it, really. I just noticed something I really don't like here. Loose wires and a big bundle of crap. Trying to figure out what this is all about. This is pretty much looks like an earth of some kind. But what is it for? That's the question. Oops, there goes the GoPro. So this mystery wire, although it looks like it could be an earth, it goes to a red wire, which kind of goes all the way down the wiring loom and down past the steering column, which it's rubbing against, and down there somewhere. So we'll follow that later and we'll figure it out, but that's not something you want. You don't want these random wires knocking about in your engine bay. For those of you who didn't see it earlier, this is where the rats have chewed through the spark plug wires. It's in multiple places. I mean, we also have rat chewage over here, which that's no good because that's the expansion for the radiator. So that's where we're losing a lot of our radiator fluid, is through there. Here, you can see another rat chew. Sorry. Here you can see again, coming from the expansion bottle, how a rat has chewed through that. This over here is the, I think this is like the evap purge solenoid, something like that. No, this is the evap leak detector pump. This is the purge solenoid, one of the two. And if we have any rat chews on any of these wires, it will not pass smog. So I'm gonna have to go through all of those, go into the car, check it later. But for sure the coolant, looks like the rats really love coolant for some reason. They're just going for it, you know. Anyway, those have to be replaced. Another thing for the list. One thing about having a kid that grows up fast is you have a lot of spare clothes, because you know they grow out of them, so you use those as rags, which is good. Letting it soak. Now, the reason I'm just spraying stuff on and soaking it without just like power washing it or anything like that is a number of reasons. Number one, never power wash an engine if you can help it, and if you do, you have to do a lot of prep work covering all the electrics and stuff, because you know it really gets the water into those little vital spots. But number two, you don't want, you know, all the grease and chemicals and crap going onto the road and into the gutters. Especially not here in California. They'll find my ass and put me in environmental jail or something. So I just want to let it all soak in, and then I'll wipe it all off, and hopefully nothing will even hit the ground. Let's see how it works out. I mean, already just take a look at that. Don't forget, I am going to still come over and go and use some kind of polishing product or something on this if I have some. I don't know, I haven't checked in the garage, but in the meantime, just look at the difference already of just letting that soak a little bit and then rubbing off all the crap. This engine's going to clean up nice, you mark my words. Really annoying. You saw there was that like nylon braided sheath that the guy had over here previously. There's no reason for it to be there, absolutely none, and it's actually damaged. You can see where it, you know, the cable tie that was holding it in place has kind of melted. Some stuff has melted onto the pipe here, and it's debrazed this pipe. This is not what you want. This especially is where, you know, all your coolant's flowing. It gets incredibly hot, so you don't want anything on there. So stop doing this braided crap. Our rats have been chewing through the alternator wire as well. This is definitely something I need to tape up. Don't want that shorting out. Damn rats. Where was this thing parked anyway? Little rat toilet over there. And I don't even know what's going on down there. Ugh. So Seamo's giving me this kid's mask, which
should work.
I don't know. I got rat turd on my hands. Hang on. It's really gross. There's so much rat turd.
It'll work.
I mean, temporarily, yeah. I'm gonna attempt to blow some of it out with compressed air. See if it works. Yeah. Oh, it's so gross.
This doesn't help me. What the hell?
See how those turds flying in the air?
Hazard. I can't be around this. Use the GoPro.
Ugh.
Oh.
That stuff is everywhere. Well, I managed to get a bunch of it out anyway. Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, I don't have a mask on.
Well, and that to me, I'll show everyone the...
I'm out of here.
Alright, see you later. Here's some of the aftermath of rat turd heaven. It's just turds lying everywhere. Oh, it's so disgusting. Not a big fan. Okay, now remember the goal here is / was not perfection. It's just getting it clean enough that I can work on the thing without catching some rat disease. I think we did a fairly good job. Getting rid of that red stuff was great. Here's your after shot. I'll probably take a photo with my phone as well. Well, I can tell you it's a hell of a lot better to work in here now that everything's clean. I mean, I'm still wearing gloves, but I can just touch stuff and it smells good. It doesn't smell like rat urine anymore. Join us next time on Worthless Whips, where I actually install these spark plug wires, discover a couple of other little interesting problems with the truck, take care of the air filter, try and fix that leaky power steering system, and finally try to clear that check engine light code. Can't wait to see you on the next one, guys. Until then, you know the drill. Stay between the ditches, keep it rubber side down. Don't slide off the road into a forest and end up in a tree or anything like that, and we'll see you next time. You can break me down, but I'll stay till